From 2K Sports to everyone out there, welcome and Happy New Year. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Now let's take a look at the rookie rankings. As we hit the halfway mark in the regular season, here's who has taken the lead in the Rookie of the Year race. And you look at Bailey, a fantastic start to his NBA career. Third in the Rookie of the Year race, this guy should be a special player for a very long time.
And I credit his character and his confidence for getting him to that third spot in the Rookie of the Year rankings.
And he's had very little trouble getting accustomed to the bigger bodies and more physical play of the NBA, and that's impressive.
The starters for Utah. We've got Bailey, Walker Kessler out there with Filipowski. Then there's George, and it's Markkanen in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Dunn and Kawhi, they're the wings. It's Collins at power forward with Lopez at center. And it's Harden in at the point. Now here's Markkanen. George, a screen on Collins. Pass to Markkanen from downtown. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at Dallas, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Seeing where Los Angeles is, they've had a cold stretch and are desperately looking to end their losing streak. You can bet tensions are high in that locker room.
Collins, no good. Here's Bailey, defended by Harden. Kicks it to George. Down low. It's stolen by Dunn. Inside. And Collins with the slam.
Throw it anywhere near Collins, he'll take care of the rest, putting his athleticism and length to perfect use.
And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
You're losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft year.
So it's the Clippers now, following the 3 by Utah. Lopez, the screen on George. Harden, the pass to Lopez. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
That's what we call the Brook Lopez back at you 3. He loves knocking that one down.
To the wing on the left. Pass to Markkanen. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
And Kawhi Leonard gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Off the inbound. And finished off by Kessler.
Oh, that was nasty. A 2-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
Now here's Harden, coming off a solid outing against Sacramento. Clock at 6. And George with some nice D.
You won't see that from him very often, missing the bunny like that.
To the inside. Markkanen looking it over. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Here's Bailey. Leonard pulls down the board.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
George against Harden. Pass to Lopez. Keeps it alive. Outside Harden. Over George. Harden, good.
I mean, it's hard not to appreciate Harden because he's the complete package.
Of all the accolades James Harden has racked up, what do you think he'll be most remembered for?
You mean aside from his beard, which is pretty impressive as well as his game? I mean, I think his scoring ability, the way he did it, he was one of the first to really kind of master that step-back three against good defense. His ability to get to the rim, draw fouls, and make plays for others. I think all of that is part of what we will remember about James Harden.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Sensabaugh is checked in for Filipowski, and it's Collier in for George. Back to Harden. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Good on the shot. Lopez has got 5 now.
He is on one right now, getting to his spots and execute.
And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up. An opportunity at a three-point play. A different look here for Utah. Niang comes in for Lauri Markkanen, and Mikhailuk subbed in for Bailey. And Harden's got the ball here for Los Angeles. 4-point game. The last time they came together was in Salt Lake City, where they fell to the Jazz.
And in their last game against this club, turnovers really were a problem for them.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Lopez, the screen, and the three-pointer goes.
Boy, how about Chris Dunn getting the ball in a great spot, making the deep attempt look elementary.
Here's Sensabaugh from deep three-point land. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. More 2K action in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen from the Clippers?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
So on the floor for Utah, George Niang out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Collier. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 spot. The Clippers lead by 7. Right side Harden. Leonard passes to Harden. Collins a screen. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
Well, you have no concerns when he's at the free throw line. Very consistent.
Pass to Nurkic. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Dunn. Nurkic a screen on Harden. Harden comes to help. Goes up from the top of the key. Rebound by the Clippers. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Celtics. And they're deep into this homestand. That'll be game 4 out of 5. Now here's Dunn. Lopez, the screen. Fires the 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Lopez has got 8.
Boy, the big fella Lopez shoots that thing with great freedom from behind the arc. One of the best big men shooters in the league.
And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. Then for Utah, Filipowski, he's checked in for Niang. Lauri Markkanen comes in for Anderson. And it's George in for Sensabaugh.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Here's Collier, following the three-pointer by Los Angeles. Pass to Nurkic. Back to George. The 3 is up. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Zubac, screen. Bogdanovich passes to Zubac. And it's slammed in And by Zubac.
He's used to sharing the love. Exceptional timing on that pass.
Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen with the stuff.
You know, when Markkanen's in this deep, he should be dunking it every time. I like to see him use his size like that.
There's Bogdanovich with the three. The rebound by Markkanen. Jazz trail by 10. Nurkic a screen on Jones. Markkanen for three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, this season, new broadcasting deals are kicking in for the NBA. Commissioner Silver said we dramatically increased the number of primetime broadcast exposures to a level almost unthinkable from my early days in the league. In fact, the NBA is now set for basically nightly national broadcasts. Brian, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. Here's Jones, following the bucket by Utah. Here's Bogdanovich. The rebound by Markkanen. The Jazz have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Well, Lauri Markkanen comes from a family full of athletes, Graham.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Lauri's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family. Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
And so Ty Lue calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. A different look here for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Bailey subbed in for Collier. The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
And you look at Harden, he's right on the cusp of securing his spot in the three-point contest. So I hope those votes keep pouring in because he's a guy you'd love to see in the mix.
Yeah, if he can make it in the door, you know he will do everything he can to win the whole thing, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
And as we continue to count the votes, we'll update you on any changes to the list. No matter who is in it, though, it's going to be fun.
Maybe this is the year we see a perfect score. Who knows? I'll be sure to be locked in on all of All-Star Weekend, especially the three-point contest.
Bailey, the pass to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Harden. And then Harden with the jam.
You know, Harden is so hard to deal with when he drives because you know he's looking to draw the foul, and trying to defend him without fouling is a tall task.
Now here's Filipowski. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. George against Harden. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Utah shooting their second free throw attempt on the night. The free throw is off from George. Shoots over Bailey. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Los Angeles finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Coach Ty Lue, and Coach, your team seems to be dictating the tempo of the game thus far. Are you happy with that aspect right now?
Yes, I think we got to get stops, push the pace, try to get early transition points if we can, and then if not, back it out and run our offense. But we want to play with a high pace and a high energy, and I think our guys are doing a good job of that right now.
They have a pep in their step early. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start for the Utah Jazz.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
They're like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. And next up, let's check out the Players of the Month. These guys have been red hot. And the Eastern Conference winner, Jason Tatum.
Hard not to be impressed by Tatum. Took it to another level over this last stretch, which is saying something.
You marvel at the volume he can handle, kind of like Shaq at a cookout.
You just made me hungry.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year's to all of you as we continue our broadcast. Nice game. What a performance by James Harden.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Harden and Dunn, they man the backcourt. Kawhi and Collins are the forwards. And it's Lopez in at the center position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here's Harden. Collins finds Leonard. Over Markkanen. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. Jazz trail by 8. Here's George. And George with the jam.
Yes, sir. George with the flush.
Dunn outside. George against Harden. Leonard outside. Shot clock at 6. From the wing, Kessler with a rebound. And for Utah, they're shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Here's Bailey. Again, Utah good for 2.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Harden. Give him 8. This one for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. And it's Filipowski. That time on the assist by Bailey.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And Lopez gets it to go.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Utah calls timeout. Just about halfway through the season, let's take a look at how things stand in the West. Taking a look at Los Angeles, way down in the conference standings. Lots of ground to make up in the final half of the year. And of course, there's Utah, now 4 games behind. Now here's Kessler. 6 points for him. Back to George. Here's the teardrop. Leonard pulls down the board.
Their first miss after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
You think back to the prime years of Kawhi Leonard, Clark. He was absolutely dominant.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, so few wings could dominate the way Kawhi did when he was healthy and in his prime. I mean, he could score at all 3 levels, especially in that mid-range game. Absolutely lethal. And then defensively, he was a stopper. He would just turn people's water off. In his peak, he was as good as any 2-way player we've had in the league.
Now here's George. He's got 7. They grab their own miss. To the paint. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And 1 move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
They were totally in sync on that play. Targeted the pass beautifully.
Got a piece of it.
And that's evidence that Markkanen is working on his defense, and it's critical that he does so. And blocks like this show he's making good stride.
Utah making a switch here. Collier's checked in. 3rd quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Plenty of space. And again, it's Utah.
Yeah, a rookie who excels at finding his shot barely pulled that one out of thin air.
Zubac, screen. Pass to Batum from the arc. Goes back up. Zubac's shot is off. Utah trailing here. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter to the left side wing. And here's Bailey for 3. They get it again. Filipowski, the shot's good. Filipowski's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Bogdanovich into the lane. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Bailey, the pass to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Creating a high percentage look with a good decision on that pass.
Zubac, screen. Here's Bogdanovich. And then Bogdanovich with the dunk.
What an athlete Bogdanovich is. Sprinting towards the rim with such aggression and assertiveness.
Pass to Bailey. And there's a defensive 3-second call. Utah shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
And the technical free throw is good. Here's Collier. Puts up a deep 3. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Utah ahead. They lead by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. So the Jazz 5 right now. We've got Collier, George Niang out there with Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Lauri Markkanen, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 guard. And the foul called on Nick Batum. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Nurkic. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that last break, Coach Tyronn Lue had some advice for the team. He told them, this is the passion. I want us to play with it every night. Now my question is, how are we going to finish? Are we going to be passive, or are we going to take what's ours? Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. For the Clippers.
Let's hear it for your Clippers breaker.
Now Leonard. Rebounded by Nurkic. Utah leading. Inside. Here's Niang. And the layup is good.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Dunn. 3-pointer, Harden. And the Clippers miss again. Jazz leading by 4. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. 6 on the shot clock. Now Nurkic jacks up a 3. The shot, no good.
Defense may have given him that based on the results. You see why.
And then Harden with the jam.
And James Harden feeling spry. giving the defense everything they can handle with this scoring.
Timeout, Jazz. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. Filipowski comes in for Niang. Bailey's checked in for Sensabaugh. And it's Keontae George in for Collier. And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul. Back to Kessler. The fader.
And Lopez did exactly what he had to there on that defensive stop. He just got right in his face and made it tough for him.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Outside Harden. Lopez, the screen on George. Outside Lopez.
They've had their troubles from range in the second half. Really makes it hard to keep pace.
Bailey. And no one in the vicinity.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Harden. Yes, sir! Count it!
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
And the call will be against James Harden. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Here's George. Marking it outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Bailey. Misses the three. 1:57 left in the game. To tie it up. Oh, it's off.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Now Kessler. Dunn with a steal.
Not a smart pass, and he knows it. Gotta disguise your intentions better than that.
Harden drives in. Leonard! Beyond the line!
You expect he's gonna find a way to pull through in the clutch.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. It's a 1-point game. Markkanen sets a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Cleared away by Lopez. Now George. Markkanen. No good from 3. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter here.
And the confidence Collins has is impressive. Doesn't feel any pressure taking these big shots.
The Jazz have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bailey, defended by Dunn. The 11-footer. Oh, the shot is off. Now the Clippers with it. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Outside Harden. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
George with it. Picked up by Collins. Markkanen fires. From deep. Oh, off target from downtown. Can't hit it. The 3 is off. So it's the Clippers taking the W in a close one. What a performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce, who is now with our player of the game.
James, I'd love to know whether it's scoring, playmaking, or your defense. What aspect of your game are you most proud of?
Being able to play a full course of a game and, and make an impact every single play. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I have to do.
It's been fun to watch.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, James Harden.